Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Harrison Show, and I'm Brian Harrison. Today I'm going to be talking about Boogie2988, the guy who would say, coming to you live through the power of the internet. And boy, did he come to you live. But I liked the guy. I really did, especially at first, especially when I saw his Francis show. I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoy it to this day. It was, well, I mean, at first I didn't really. Francis seemed a little mean and stuff, but then as you saw him do what he did, and you saw him at the end, he was kind of like, in some of his things, he's like, oh, I didn't think this through when I got mad at this person or whatever. So, but I looked into Boogie himself. Well, his videos. I went, because my first experience was with Francis. So I went and looked at Boogie himself, and I saw his story. And I think that's what resonated with me more than even Francis or anything like that. Francis was just cool, and I realized Francis was more fun for him, more of a fun character. What I really liked was Boogie's story and where he came from trials. Like, I was born with disabilities. My birth parents were abusive. I had to be taken out of the home when I was young. His parents were abusive. He also was homeless. He got on disability, so I'm on disability, so he came on to YouTube and made it. That's what I think resonated. And he's also very overweight. At the time, I was severely overweight myself for my height and stuff, and now I'm not. I've actually lost a lot of weight, so I'm doing fairly well, but, Boogie showed that, well, what could be done. Now, he popped up on my radar because I kind of actually forgot about him for a while. He popped up on my radar again when I saw the controversies and all this other stuff. I think the last I knew of him and his wife were divorced, and that was pretty much it. And then lately, people are after him, trolls. He's done some things he shouldn't have done, things like that. So, Boogie symbolizes what can happen with a person who comes from something to become someone and ends up getting close to losing it all, or is going to lose it all eventually, if he hasn't already. He may actually keep it. Who knows? I mean, I can't tell you either way. I'm sorry, I just can't. I can just tell you what I see. And I see a person, just like in real life, who actually struggles, except he took some of his struggles online, which he probably shouldn't have. But it shows he is an example of what you can do. You can come from someone, have all these cool experiences. He did. He had a lot of cool experiences. You can come from some place and be someone to end up getting close to on the edge of losing it. And he had it. I mean, it's so sad that he's let a lot of it slip away. So my hope is that he can change. My hope is that he can become himself again, bring himself back, to what he was originally doing. And, in some ways he can be an inspiration to people, especially on disabilities, especially, there is a fighting chance for some people. But at the same time, even with a fighting chance, there's a chance you lose. And it's sad. It's just the human experience, I guess. And these same people who assault him, I've looked into them, they have all this controversy around them. I can mention another few of them, but I'm not going to. Maybe I'll do another time. But, they're not innocent of what they're doing. And it's kind of funny. It's like the criminal blaming a criminal for the very same thing they're both doing. One may be a little worse than the other, but they're still both criminals. It's just kind of hilarious to me. But, I just think Boogie's life is complicated, and he's made bad choices. He's made good choices too. He's done very well and tried very hard on things. So I think I will always have this as Boogie's a human. I enjoyed a lot of his older videos. I enjoy some of his new videos, depending on what he's doing. If he's talking about stuff that is relatable or stuff that's good. And at the same time, I, kind of say he's human. He's making mistakes. He's not an idol. He's not God. He's just a human being that happens to have a lot of money and makes mistakes and makes even bigger mistakes because he has more money to do that with. And I think it's complicated. I just, you can look this guy up, and if you look him up, look at his older videos especially, look at his new videos. I mean, just you'll see the range of the guy, and it's kind of sad to see how he started really well and how he's ended in some ways. I don't think he's completely over with. I think he still has some people. He's still gonna have subscribers. He still has quite a few subscribers. He's still making some money. Okay, so he's not broke yet, but he could technically probably be broke with the way he spends money and all this other stuff. So it's just sad to see what can happen to someone who has it all, and you can lose it. Some of us will never have it. Some of us will try it and live the best we can. Some of us will just be happy with what we have, hopefully, and others will try and will do what we can. So I just hope that he is a lesson to us, and I hope to see him in the future do better. Do I think he's completely lost? Not yet at this point. I think he's completely lost when he starts really losing people, like even more than he has now. He may be completely lost, and maybe not even then. So is someone totally lost? Could they come back? You never know. You never know. And so I guess my thing is I wish good luck for Boogie. If he can come out of this and make good content, people will tend to move on eventually. Because they'll go on to something better. Some of these people love conflict. They'll find conflict somewhere else. If they don't find it, if he ends the conflict and starts just moving on and trying to live his life better, people eventually will just kind of give up and go, well, let's go find someone else to torture, So, I guess I don't know. I look at it as trying to be careful, and he screws up his life. That's up to him. It is, in the end. It's up to any of us whether we prove our life are screwed up, and that's in theory that works too, but not always, because sometimes there are people who put us down and stuff. But for what he does and what he says, he can turn it around eventually, and it's not going to be easy. It's never going to be easy. But I hope he can turn it around. I hope he can make his life better, and I hope the best for him. If I happen to have a picture, I may put one up. I'm not sure if I'm going to. Don't count on it right now, but you can look him up. Look up Boogie2988, and just see it for yourself. Some of it's awesome. I love his older videos because you see what he was trying to do. You see where he was trying to go. It's just sad. It's just a sad situation. But I do hope the best for him, and I don't know what to say. I hope you guys have a good day, and thank you for joining me for the Harrison Show. For a character I do actually kind of like and kind of respect a little bit, just because of where he came from, and because of where he was able to get to.